Good evening, football fans around the world, and welcome to the Sports Network Champions League semi-final show. I'm JK, and what a night we've just witnessed at the San Siro. Inter Milan have done it after a rollercoaster 120 minutes. They've edged past Barcelona 4-3 on the night, 7-6 on aggregate to reach their second Champions League final in just 3 seasons. Absolute chaos, late drama, and a San Siro eruption like no other. Joining me tonight for expert insight and reaction, Champions League analyst and tactical brain Sofia, and former international midfielder and now studio regular Marc.
JK, I still can't catch my breath. That was one of the all-time great semi-final ties. The momentum swings, the substitutions, the sheer grit from Inter, and that last gasp equalizer in stoppage time. You just can't script this stuff.
Unreal. We talk about Champions League magic. It was alive tonight. 2 teams who threw everything they had into 210 minutes of football over 2 legs. You could see what it meant to both sets of players, but Inter just had that extra steel and belief in the end.
Let's start from the top. Inter took the initiative early, didn't they? Lautaro and Calhanoglu had them cruising.
Yes, Inter were sharp and aggressive out of the gate. Nicolo Barella's early chance really set the tone. Then Lautaro's finish, so composed after great work from Dumfries, was the statement. And that penalty, tucked away by Calhanoglu, gave them a 2-0 lead. Inter smelled blood.
And yet, you always felt Barcelona weren't out of it. They've been behind in this tie before. Garcia's volley, it shifted the momentum. Once Olmo scored that header, suddenly Inter looked leggy and rattled.
Plenty of decisions under the spotlight. Let's talk about that VR handball shout against Acerbi. Barcelona was screaming for it.
Pedri's pass clearly clipped Acerbi's hand, but the interpretation was not deliberate. I get why Barca fans are livid. Moments like that can define a tie.
And let's not forget the overturned penalty appeal for Yamal. I thought there was minimal contact, but in real time you can see why it was given initially.
Rafinha's rebound goal had Barcelona fans believing. 3 minutes from time, they were in the final, and then Acerbi the striker.
Incredible. Inzaghi rolls the dice. Acerbi, a defender by trade, shoved up top in desperation. And look at the movement. He reads Dumfries' delivery and just flicks it in. That's pure chaos.
Then Frattesi, talk about super subs. Taremi's layoff was clever, but Frattesi still had to guide it in with pressure all around him. That's technique and nerves of steel. Inter's bench won them this tie.
Let's highlight some individual brilliance. Start with you, Sofia. Who stood out?
Denzel Dumfries. 2 assists, both in huge moments. Worked tirelessly. And Jan Sommer. 2 huge stops in extra time against Yamal. He may not get headlines, but Inter owe him big.
For me, Lautaro. He led the line, drew the penalty, scored the opener, and never stopped running. But hats off to Acerbi. From defensive rock to surprise hero. That's the story right there.
So Inter are heading to Munich. They'll face either Arsenal or PSG. Sofia, who do they match up better against?
I'd say PSG. Inter's structure and compactness could frustrate them. Against Arsenal, their speed and patterns might pose more of a threat to this Inter backline.
Either way, Inter won't fear anyone. They've knocked out a European giant in Barcelona. They've got belief, depth and momentum.
A night to remember. Inter Milan are Champions League finalists. Barcelona, heartbroken, but they played their part in an unforgettable semi-final. From everyone here at Sports Network, thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow night to bring you live build-up and full coverage of the second semi-final between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. Don't miss it. Sofia, Marc, thanks as always.
Pleasure, JK. See you next time.
Good night, football fans.